This picture was the first photograph of ABBA reunited for their project that would become Voyage, and there was always a bit of a mystery surrounding it. Now, it seems we have some more information and context. Hey! So, I have to say first, you guys were on fire last time. We talked about ABBA's Voyage show and about the songs that ABBA performed additionally to be used at some point in the future. According to Benny and his son Ludwig, they also performed Money Money Money, Take a Chance on Me and Super Trooper, as well as 2 or 3 other songs. There were so many amazing suggestions coming from you as to which songs ABBA could have performed as well, and also which songs you wished would be in the show. I loved seeing all the love for ABBA's hidden treasures. Once again, many of you mentioned Move On. I think it would fit so well with the philosophical nature that is also part of the Voyage show. Another suggestion, As Good as New, a song about staying together forever, going into a new dimension which the show can do with the avatars, as Cedar Cam pointed out. Many of you also actually voted for My Mama Said, and yes, even for Watch Out. You are so crazy, I love it. And 2 very interesting choices from quite a few people were 2 of ABBA's outtakes, Dream World and once again I Am the City. Both happen to have these surrealistic and futuristic vibes, which could work very well in the show. And finally, Lawrence Caldwell painted this really atmospheric scenery. For me, it would have to be The Day Before You Came, with Agneta standing alone, with rain falling into the video screens, and of course Frida in the background, during her haunting vocals moments, capturing the mood of this bloody masterpiece. Thank you everyone for a lively discussion in over 200 comments, and welcome to all new subscribers to the channel. So now, let's focus on this very special reunion photo. What is happening here? We know that the filming process for the Avatar motion capture took place in early 2020. But this photo was taken already 3 years earlier, in 2017. The picture was first released in November 2021 as part of ABBA's Voyage album inside the CD booklet and as an exclusive postcard as part of the Voyage LP. In May 2022, it was also included in the official program of the Voyage show. And there is also a version in color, but I don't know where this came from. If anyone knows, please let us know in the comments below. On the back of the postcard, it says Johan Renck 2017. That makes it the earliest reunion photo of ABBA that was ever taken and or released. And by that, I mean reunion photo as part of the Voyage process. The first reunion of ABBA side by side was 1 year before, in 2016, when they appeared together side by side after 30 years at the opening of Mamma Mia! The Party. But it seems they couldn't get enough, so in June 2016 they came together once again to celebrate 50 years of Björn and Benny's friendship. In the very same year, at the end of October 2016, it was finally announced that ABBA reunited to work on a new digital project. All of this is important to understand the context of this reunion picture. In the following summer 2017, ABBA came together in the studio to record their first new songs after 35 years. I Still Have Faith in You and Don't Shut Me Down. Until then, they had time to also develop and work on their digital project. Benny confirmed that the songs were recorded in June 2017. Meanwhile, engineer Bernard Löhr was more specific, and he said that they were recorded at the turn of May and June 2017. And that is really important for this picture. We are getting close now. First of all, the photograph was taken by Johan Renck, a Swedish director who is creative director of ABBA's Voyage show. And we only knew that it was taken in 2017, but now we have strong evidence that may give us the exact date of this photograph. Just a few days ago, Svana Gisla posted this brand new photo on Instagram of Ludwig Andersson and Voyage director Bailey Walsh at Benny's studio in Stockholm. But then I discovered another photo that Svana Gisla posted a few days before. Take a look at this. It says 31st May 2017, things were afoot. We see a thoughtful Ludwig Andersson and a bewildered Johan Renck inside Benny's studio, a piano next to them, closed curtains, and a photo camera in Johann's hands. Could it be that this was actually the very day when ABBA gathered around the piano with these strange helmets on, when ABBA was photographed inside the recording studio? That would mean that this photo was taken around the exact same time when ABBA was recording their first new songs after 35 years, at the turn of May and June 2017. Now, on the actual photo with ABBA, the curtains in the background are actually opened. So, I left a comment on Svana's Instagram post and I wrote, Svana Gisla, I see a photo camera in Johann's hands. May this be the day and date when ABBA gathered around the piano with helmets, the photo that came with a Voyage album. This comment received 1 like. It was liked by none other than Svana Gisla herself. Now, that doesn't mean she's confirming or denying my theory. She could simply like my comment, literally like it, or she could even liked it accidentally. But I do think we have strong suggestions that this was the day when this reunion photo was taken. A photo that may very well be ABBA's very first reunion photo for Voyage, at least the earliest one that we have. Wednesday, 31st May 2017. However, as far as I know, we still don't have any information what ABBA was actually doing here, and we really need to know these things. So, as I said, the real Avatar filming process took place 3 years later, but they would be wearing similar helmets. So this moment in 2017 may be a simple tryout. Will this work? How would it be if we sang and performed with these helmets on? Is it possible that they were already filming something here inside Benny's studio? Some indications tell us if they did, it wouldn't work out. We know that Björn and Benny needed to shave their beards in order to get clean motion capture of their faces. And it's also obvious that they couldn't wear glasses in order to avoid any reflection. On this photo from 2017, they have beards and they wear glasses. Even Agneta. I mean, she's wearing glasses, she's not having a beard. On one photo from the actual Avatar filming session, Björn and Benny are wearing glasses, but that certainly looks like a moment when they were not filming, but talking about something. 31st May 2017. Things were afoot. For non-English natives like myself, what does that mean exactly? It means if you say that a plan or scheme is afoot, it is already happening or being planned, but you do not know much about it. So was it a simple tryout? May 2017, these are the very early stages, a few months after the digital project was announced. If we add some potential bubbles here, they could go, this isn't working, what do we do now? Or they could very well be, oh boy, this works, we will make this, ABBA is going to be back. And don't forget, it was also the exact time when ABBA suddenly had 2 new songs. So in any way, this photo and the day must have a special meaning, because they actually decided to release this picture as part of the Voyage album as the only reunion photo of ABBA inside the album. So, it's time for us to discuss. What do you think was going on here? What is happening at that moment? Was it simply a staged photo session, or was it more? Let me know in the comments below. I always loved the visual connection to one of ABBA's final appearances from 1982, where Agneta was equally standing behind Benny and touched his shoulders. And I must say, we really have the very best people with Svana Gisla, Ludwig Andersson, Bailey Walsh and Johan Renck, not only giving us Voyage, giving ABBA back to the world, but documenting all these steps, this historic happening for the world and for us fans, feeding us very slowly with bits and pieces, sometimes very secretly it seems. So you never know who's watching, Svana, Ludwig, maybe Frida. Please tell us what was going on in this photograph. We really need to know. Until then, it's great that we seem to have the exact date of this picture now and more context of ABBA's Voyage project. Alright, until then, hey då!